I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's News Update. The British Sunday Times newspaper reported that Israeli satellites detected a ship at the port of Bandar Abbas in Iran, allegedly being loaded with rockets and other military equipment heading to Gaza on Sunday. The report cited Israeli intelligence sources saying they believe the supplies are intended for shipment to Hamas terrorists in Gaza by way of Sudan. Among the weapons are reportedly Fajr 5 rockets, which were fired at Tel Aviv and Jerusalem during the recent Gaza conflict. Hamas Deputy Political Chief Musa Abu Marzouk had stated that despite the ceasefire, Palestinians will not stop making weapons in Gaza or smuggling them into Gaza. In an interview with the Associated Press over the weekend, Marzouk said that only a strong arsenal, not negotiations, can extract concessions from Israel. Reuters reported that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon spoke out against weapons deliveries to Hamas, telling an Austrian newspaper on Monday that the most important thing right now is ensuring that there are no illegal deliveries of rockets and weapons to Hamas. Ban also urged a resumption of Israeli-Palestinian peace talks, which have been stalled since 2010, though Hamas has had no role in those negotiations as it rejects any recognition of Israel. Meanwhile, Hezbollah leader Syed Hassan Nasrallah warned Israel on Sunday that thousands of rockets would rain down on Tel Aviv and cities across the Jewish state if Israel attacked Lebanon. Nasrallah was speaking at an event in honor of the Shiite Muslim holiday of Ashura, just days after the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza went into effect. Nasrallah warned Israel that an attack from Hezbollah would dwarf the recent attacks from Gaza, saying the battle with Gaza had a range of 40 to 70 or 80 kilometers, but a battle with us would have a range of the entire length of occupied Palestine. Jewish organizations here in the U.S. welcomed last week's ceasefire agreement between Israel and Gaza. Jewish Federations of North America called the agreement encouraging and said they looked forward to a permanent end to rocket fire. The JFNA sent a mission to southern Israel last week, with CEO and President Jerry Silverman saying, "We will never forget the besieged Israelis we met in places like Ashkelon, Kiryat Gat, Sderot, and Sha'ar HaNegev. We have pledged to them that as North American Jews, we will do everything we can to demonstrate our love and support for Israel and the country's right to defend itself." The Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations also sent a mission to southern Israel last week. They praised President Obama and Congress for standing by Israel during the conflict, saying, "We commend the role of the U.S. in trying to bring about a cessation in the attacks on Israel through a negotiated agreement that meets Israel's basic requirements." The United States and Israel are joined at a critical moment in the global war on terror. The National Council of Jewish Women also praised the President and Secretary of State Clinton for their roles in bringing about an end to the hostilities. The Anti-Defamation League commended the role played by Egypt as well and called on Egypt to continue to help by assuring that terrorists cannot use tunnels on the Egyptian side of the border with Gaza to smuggle weapons. The Reform Movement expressed their gratitude that a ground incursion was avoided and praised the care taken by Israel to minimize civilian casualties. The Rabbinical Assembly, the International Association of Conservative Rabbis, expressed their hopes for an enduring peace, saying even as the sirens are quieted and we cautiously celebrate the cease in rocket fire, we recognize the fragile nature of Israel-Palestinian relations, and we look forward to the day when civil discussion will outweigh the use of violence. Mumbai's Jewish community marked the 4th anniversary of the attack on the Chabad house in Mumbai that killed 6 people in 2008. The 6 killed included emissary couple Rabbi Gavriel and Rivka Holzberg. A Pakistan-based terror group was responsible for the Chabad attack, as well as for attacks across the city on November the 26, 2008, which included attacks on hotels, a train station, and a cafe, leaving 166 people dead. The lone surviving gunman, Pakistan national Muhammad Ajmal Qassab, was secretly executed in Mumbai last week. And finally, today, the police force in Norway apologized for the first time for their role in the deportation and murder of more than 700 Jews during the Nazi occupation in World War II. Norway Police Chief Odd Reader Hummelgaard said Norwegian police officers participated in the arrest and deportation of Jews, making the comments on Monday on the 70th anniversary of Norway deporting the first group of Jews to Auschwitz. Norwegian Prime Minister Jens Stoltenberg had also apologized for the role that Norway played in deporting Norwegian Jews during his speech marking International Holocaust Remembrance Day this past January. And that's Shalom TV's news update. I'm Teisha Vader.